doing this one that's a square, so it's a little bit different than the other designs. She wanted to make a checkerboard, real checkerboard design. I'm trying to give her an idea of how much tension you have to need in this, and she's pulled some of these a little bit too tight, but I can see some of that rope threads. You're not supposed to see that. But so just trying to give her a feel of
When do they start school?
how tight it should be, which shouldn't be
They'll be
not
all
tight
set.
at all.
Yeah.
Should be
Well,
quite
because way
loose.
too long, then they don't
So in
have
this
what they
portion
want
of
for
it,
size
I
and
take
stuff.
one warp
Yeah.
thread, then take two warp threads, then
That's
back
hard
to
'cause
one
you
warp
don't know
thread
what
here.
it is.
These are called warp threads that hang down, and this part of the design you have to use one warp thread, two warp threads, then one. Then you go back almost where you started. It's okay if you talk. It's
Oh, okay.
kind of good.
I thought he was doing a video.
He is. He is.
Oh.
He does have sound in it, but it's okay. It's part of like a active classroom. It's all right. That's no problem, I don't think. I mean, if we're outside and birds were singing, I wouldn't tell the birds to shut up. You know?
They might come and peck.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't be like the movie Birds.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'm just making this little, I don't know what it's called, this little part here a little bit longer so it doesn't get cut up so much, and that should be good. So after I do that particular part of the square, then I go to this next color and do the same thing, and it's always got to be you take one warp thread and lay it over really gently, and take the next two pair, don't get the ones behind you. Sometimes these guys behind want to join in because they really like to be part of this of the belt, so they want to get in there right away, you know. But it's like you got to wait your turn. I mean, you got to talk to the yarn like they're your friends, because they'll be your friends for a long time. This is a task. So now I go.
She's coming. She had 3 of the cousins sleep over after the call last night. So
I'll work on hers when you guys are. So then again, this is the part where you take. It's unusual because it takes one warp thread and two and one, and just gently over and
well,
over.
she can leave the older
No tugging at all.
12, 13, but the little 5-year-olds. Okay.
You can see it's becoming a square, and she's got to make one more row of this one to complete it. So once you get back to that part, that's the marker there. It tells you're making another row. And you got to make another row, then that'll complete that square. Then you're going to shift the square so that below this square here, below each of the colored squares, there'll be the other color. So there'll be a yellow square below here, yellow below here, yellow here, yellow here. Every place you can see. Then below that violet or whatever that color is, I don't know. There'll be a yellow square below each of these ones. In the next row. Then you can go along, you can make the whole thing the same thing if you wanted to. Make it all just a checkerboard design. But usually this would be a border, so I'd probably go at least 3 in the checkerboard design. If it were a really long thread, I might make a longer one. This is a good practice one. You don't want to make it too long because then it gets tiring after a while. It takes a while to get tired of it. Maybe 30 years to get tired of it, I guess. Maybe longer. I wish I had one more string, but I don't. So that's how as far as that goes. And she's ready to do it. She's got it good, except for the tension. I'm trying to tell her just to lay it over it gently. Don't pull on this strand at all. Just leave it over, and you find another pair that's coming in place. And it's that one. It's in this particular part of the design. It's just 1. Then it goes to 2. By 2, I mean these 2 warp threads. The threads that hang down are called warp threads. And the ones that go across are weft, warp and weft. And I always like to say that I weave from right to weft. But nobody ever laughs after about a kind of time with that joke. And someplace in here there's a red one. If I can find it. Yep, I got it mixed up right here. So someplace in here. I got that mixed up. Which can happen to the most inexperienced or the most experienced weaver can have. That can happen. yarn likes to be unruly, like some of my classes have been in over the years. So that's it, and like, once I start, I hope I don't do much for her so that she can experience this road better. So it should be, the way I'm leaving these loose are these things in part, the warp thread that hangs down, whatever this color is, reddish color, and the blue color won't show, so that you should pull these too tight in here. But they will disappear after you get quite a few more rows in. But these have to be really loose, these threads that go over, just not hanging way down, but just hanging over.